again. It's there.
How long you drama?
Don't you dare change that station. You're listening to Columbus's newest radio program.
Sweet mother of God, what is the holdup?
This is the Sunday Morning Meltdown with your hosts, Anthony Antman Shaver, Josh, and the intern Siobhan. Exclusively on musicfamiliaproductions.com.
Good morning, good morning. So, we're starting the morning off here with the Father's Day edition. And so this is my edition. But so we're starting today with Sunday Morning Meltdown, Father's Day. So this is going to be fun and exciting. So stay tuned. It's going to be fun. We're going to be getting into a whole bunch of stuff to this today. And looks like Siobhan's on her way in. This is going to be a fun day. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. So it looks like nobody wanted to call in and wish their happy fathers a Father's Day. So we're going to be talking about that, and we'll give an opportunity for those who didn't get an opportunity to call in and talk about their special daddy, and we got a lot more than that. So right now we're going to get into something a little bit different here. We're going to go on the rock side of things. I'm going to get you some Resistance 13 right here. We'll be right back after this. She's like, no. She's like, no.
Have a drink to forget, take these pills to relax. With these nerves on the brink, on the verge of collapse, they're inside me. Can we find our way back home? Have a drink to forget, take these pills to relax. With these nerves on the brink, on the verge of collapse, they're inside me. Can we find our way back home once again? All alone, no one speaks, but these voices within from the dark far beneath, they're inside me. Can we find our way back home? Can we find another way? All alone we were constantly fighting. The future to grant us another reminder. Can you get a second just to stop and try to think about it? Can you get a second just to catch my breath? Back to where it all began. Hear the sink as it drifts, shifting boards as I crack. Feel my skin as it grows while my pupils contract, flying higher. Can we find our way back home? Feeling sick, trying to cope with the itch, so I contemplate that gleaming lie in the ditch never wanted. Can we find our way back home? Can we find another way? All alone we were constantly fighting. The future to grant us another reminder. Can you get a second just to stop and try to think about it? Can you get a second just to catch my breath? Back to where it all began.
The tides have been low and blue as I stand on. I stand upon my sitting view. I feel like I can see forever. I hang on edge far from the ground. Your shadow casts on me without sound, reminding me of our time together. But you keep stepping on my fingers, so I let go to everything I didn't know, and wonder if you'll catch me as I fall, and I'll jump toward the choice of a voice and wonder if it's your voice as I crawl. I realize I'm not afraid of heights. I'm just too scared to fall. My tears fall and freeze as the winter comes. I'm still here, wishing for that ray of sun. Your lullaby is too far, I can't hear you. You turbulent as the high seas. You know you meant everything to me. There's nothing, no, nothing we can do. So I let go to everything I had to know, but know that you won't catch me as I fall, and I'll jump to God knows where, but know you'll never help me as I crawl. I realize I'm not afraid of heights. I'm just too scared to fall.
What's going on, Music Familia? Good morning, waking up on Father's Day. It's a Father's Day edition of Sunday Morning Meltdown. What's going on, everybody? So it's about 12 after 8 here, and Siobhan is on her way in. She's handling some things, so I'm told. So anyway, started off the show this morning right, and had the little one come in and hang out this morning a little bit before the show. And so I do apologize for running a little bit behind before starting the show. So I want to give a huge shout out to Photo Nation AP, Rocky XTV, Lynette's Children's Charity, Lynette's Country Barbecue, Columbus Events Group, and all of you Music Familia out there waking up this morning. Oh, man. It is definitely, waking up in the morning, like on a Sunday, to come in to go to work can be kind of stressful sometimes, depending on how the material turns out and what happens. And, it's been a unique couple weeks putting things together for the show. Everybody's allergies and everybody's things are being affected. So when we're trying to record and we do all these fun things, we come up with some weird sounds and some fun voices. And so we're going to put some of that stuff together, some of the, I guess, blooper reel stuff that we do while we're recording. I'm going to put some of that stuff together and put that out there and let you guys hear that. Some of the mistakes in the studio, I think it's kind of comical to hear. So we're going to share that with you guys in the next few weeks. The nice thing is that what you guys are going to hear is a lot of unsigned stuff from all over, and we have opportunities all over the place for you guys to be able to get involved with us and what we're trying to do. So I am going to throw another song in here for you guys, and this is going to be out of my nice house collection here. I don't really have a huge house collection. I really don't, like, as far as music goes. But I thought I was going to share that with you today. Looks like there's only a handful of them, and they're quite lengthy. So I'm not going to disrespect you that long with something that different. So we'll get into something right now. We'll go a little bit more on the... I don't know. I've kind of become a fan of bluegrass. I can't really describe it. And there is a gentleman by the name of Ken Williamson who does some pretty neat bluegrass. I want to play that for you right now. You guys can check it out. This is Crying Holy.
We're standing on a ledge, canyons and crevices ahead. We're leaning over the edge. Oh, we're hand in hand, you and me. We're both just so ready to leave. Passions wild, caught beckoning. But you and I, we know if waters rage ahead, that if we stick together, troubles will begin. Nonetheless, I love you till my last breath. I love you until I turn the edge. Even on the days that feelings fade. 'Cause love is more than a feeling. Oh, love is more than a feeling. Love's devotion, love is pain, love is selflessly insane. Love means lost dreams, sleepless nights, hard decisions, heated fights. It's a bond that can't be severed, a choice to be broken together. So scar my heart and I'll scar yours until death do we part. Can you feel the air carrying the light? Rise like the tides. Realize our hope to find what we need. Try to see outside the lines. What we think we are. See our faces. Can't you see that we care? Can't you see that we're not there? Say a prayer, 'cause we are the meek, we are the sheep and the shepherds. Our methods are weak, we're asleep at the wheel. So wake me up to drive. Where is the key to this life that you wanted while we close our eyes? I can't find the key to this life. Deaf, dumb, and blind, we're sobering up for the ride. We the shepherd. No, we're all scared, driven by fears. Realize we all hope to find
That's my dude, Sean Snow, right there. Key to life. Some good stuff right there. I like listening to a little bit of everything, and I hate being bored. So pardon me if I throw some new stuff at you today, man. Mr. Bill Gillian, what's going on? Happy Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to everybody who's out there. So you know what? Funny story, man. So you know that I put out there for to do like the promotion thing to be able to promote Father's Day, right? Well, nobody called. I went in and looked at the voicemails this morning, and I'll bring them up right now, and I can screenshot them and send them if you want, but no voicemails. Nobody called in to wish their Father's Day. Happy Father's Day yesterday. So yeah, crazy. Good morning, Siobhan.
Good morning.
Good morrow. We are getting started here this morning. Siobhan is stepping in here. So while she's getting ready, man, I want to fill you guys in on this story. So it turns out yesterday that a bus driver tells his passengers that only U.S. citizens can ride on his bus, as the Border Patrol agent just looks on and doesn't pay any attention to what's going on. Bus driver in Maine told passengers they needed to be U.S. citizens to ride on the bus, while an immigration officer questioned passenger citizenship. And the incident happened in the city of Bangor over Memorial Day weekend, but things are coming back up over this whole situation. And the footage shows passengers being confronted by U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents. Are you folks U.S. citizens? The CBP agent asks. I'm not answering that question, sir, a man says in the video. Later on, a bus driver from Concord Coach Lines can be heard telling passengers they need to be U.S. citizens to go on the ride, to continue their ride. Do you have to be a U.S. citizen to take this bus? A passenger asks. And the bus driver replied with a yes, pointing to the door. And you have to be a U.S. citizen to take this bus, the man asks again. And I doubt that, a woman off the side can be heard saying, as the ACLU points out, no one is obligated to answer questions about their citizenship just to ride a bus. Concord Coach Line's Vice President Ben Blunt told New Hampshire Public Radio that the employee misspoke. I think if we are remiss in anything here, it's not doing a good enough job talking about the issue with our staff. Blunt told the radio station, when we want to ask our employees, our drivers, our ticket agents to be we don't want to ask our employees, our drivers, our ticket agents to be interfering with federal officers' investigations, who is lawfully doing his job, Blunt added. In a statement to HuffPost, CBP defended the actions of the agent, and enforcement actions away from the border are within the jurisdiction of the U.S. Border Patrol, and furthermore, performed in direct support of immediate border enforcement efforts, and as a means to preventing smuggling and criminal organizations from exploiting existing transportation hubs to travel to the interior of the United States. And that's from a statement from the U.S. Patrol National Security Office. So this is going to become quite a thing over time, I have a feeling. And I'm going to post up the story. You guys can check out the story. Furthermore, what's going on with that. And man, things are getting real. Like, I have to admit, things are getting real out there. You good, Siobhan?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Right on. Well, happy day Sunday to you.
Yep.
Yup. So this is no surprise, but I wanted to put this out there for you Beyonce and Jay-Z fans. They just dropped a surprise joint album titled Everything Is Love. After months of rumors, Beyonce and Jay-Z's joint album came out, and the project titled Everything Is Love is widely expected to be a follow-up to Beyonce's 2016 visual album Lemonade. the Carters, obviously that's Beyonce and Jay-Z, if you weren't following along, announced the release of their 9-track album during their On the Run Tour 2 in London on Saturday. And like anything Carter-related, Everything Is Love will cost you a Tidal membership if you want to hear it in the full version. So they have completely took everything off the shelves away from the people. So no longer Best Buy, no longer this, no longer that. The only way you're going to be able to get this album is on Tidal. So you have to have a Tidal membership. And I'm not really sure how much a Tidal membership is these days.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure. It looks like $20. Looks like finances and royalties. Monthly subscription costs $9.99 for a standard premium service, or $19.99 for the lossless quality high fidelity. Okay. Okay.
Right.
So,
So I apologize. I love you, Dave. So Dave and I have been friends for a very long time, and I just got a text from Dave, and it says, "What's wrong? You look like you just got some horrible news or something." So Dave, I feel like shit today. The dog jumped up on the bed this morning when he came in from pooping, and he jumped on my bad leg directly on my knee. So I'm really in a lot of pain. I got a migraine, and I love you, Larry, from Lynette's Country Barbecue, but I'm pretty sure your barbecue gave me the craps this morning. So I don't know if anybody else has had this experience, and this is why I'm sharing, because I want to make sure it was his barbecue, because if it was, then I have to adjust how I eat it, which would be epically tragic. So, I'm just putting it out there. If anybody else has had issues after having Larry's barbecue, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe I ate too much of it. I don't know. But
nothing like putting out.
Hey,
like,
I don't care. I got no filter.
Well, the funny part about it is that he's a paying client of the company,
Right,
so
right.
it's like
Yeah.
like
I ate like a lot of it.
It's not
last
a. I
night.
mean, yeah,
So
it's not a bad. Yeah.
I don't know. And that's the only thing I can think of, because I mean, that's like pretty much the only thing I ate last night. But yeah, so I am okay, Dave. Thank you for checking. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you and Natty being there for me. No, it's just not a good day. And this light, we have to figure. Not helping. We have to figure out a better light
I think we need to take the other light from the
situation.
corner and put it over there.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen after the show today. We're going to pull that other light.
I bet I could do it.
That one is super bright.
I bet we could do it in a break.
That would be good, because I'm being blinded. That's part of the
We
problem.
will do it in a break.
Like, I keep trying to turn it just a little bit at a time, but still have light on me. So it's like a thing.
That's funny. I got the camera on you, so you're like waving at them,
sorry. Yeah.
wafting your poop smell. Happy Father's Day, Music Familia. What's going
Yeah,
on,
happy
man?
Father's Day, and I know nobody else called in, so
Ain't that some shit?
I don't
Ain't
have
that some shit?
I don't have the greatest relationship with my father, and anyone who's friends with me knows this, and some of you know more about why I don't. So I totally did a 3-in-1 yesterday. My dad's birthday was yesterday, so I called him and I told him Happy Father's Day. I told him Happy Birthday, and I told him about our neighbor who passed away. So I did a 3-in-1.
You gave him 2 good newses and 1 douche news.
I did 3-in-1, and now I don't have to talk to him again for like 3 months.
Oh, shit.
But to all of my adoptive fathers who I have found along the years, to fill in the voids where my father epically failed, I want to say Happy Father's Day to them. One in particular is Billy Moore Sr., and I don't know if he's in with us yet today or not, but Happy Father's Day, Dad, and thank you so much for being there in the ways that my father wasn't. I truly appreciate it, and you have no idea how much it means to me. You and Mom both.
I don't know who my real father is, so to speak. But I know of a man that stepped up to the plate for me the last possible moment that you have in the doctor's office, in the hospital room when you're born. You have that threshold of time where you can decline or accept your responsibility as a father. And my dad was like, you know what? I think I want to take that little shit. So he took me, you know what I mean? And you know what? Like, I look back at it now at 34, and if I wouldn't have had his direction, if I wouldn't have had his determination and a lot of other things, I don't know where I would be, you know what I mean? With especially with this, like, I would have got
I
frustrated.
was gonna say he's kind of the reason you do this, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you tell me stories all the time about being downstairs with his equipment and his headphones. That's why you specifically got the headphones you got, and
Yeah. These particular headphones, the long cord, spirally cord, you know, like, I haven't been able to find one exactly like those, because you just won't. You won't find those without spending quite a lot of money for them.
oh yeah, those are the good ones. Those are the really expensive.
And his model, I looked up his model, and they're vintage, so they're actually
so
they're
that makes
double.
them like $50 more
So
on the
they're- right.
Yeah.
hmm
Anything with the label of vintage or historical or
Well, the only way I
Yeah.
can find them, the only place I can find them was a store on the West Coast. Of course.
I believe that,
Of
actually.
course.
I totally believe that.
You know, and I wasn't gonna. I mean, a regular quality set of phones of cans can cost you $200-$300 easily.
Why I haven't bought my own pair yet.
You know, and
Because if I'm going to buy some, I'm going to buy some good ones.
yeah, these ones, we're not gonna discuss.
It's okay. Your wife told me how much they cost.
Yeah, about that. So, anyway, so this is Father's Day edition, man, and I just want to give a huge shout out to all the fathers out there who busting their ass making it happen. The guys who don't get the credit, the guys who are the fathers, the ones who step up to the plate. And I'm talking about not even the DADs. I'm talking about the step DADs, and I'm talking about the DADs that don't even get credit for being DADs.
Yeah, you know what? I should probably throw that out there as well. Happy Father's Day to my stepdad, Greg Foster. You weren't always perfect, but no parent is. And you were, in a lot of ways, you were a father to me in ways that my dad wasn't, and that I needed a father growing up to be. And so, you know, I appreciate you for what you did for me. And, you know, everybody's got their flaws. Don't let them get to you.
I tagged my favorite fathers in my post this morning.
I know my stepdad
And-
doesn't listen to it, but my brother does. And so maybe
So-
my stepdad will hear it through my brother.
So at the end of the show, a very, very special bonus this morning. At the end of the show, we are going to call my second dad live on the show. And for those of you, my dad, Jerry Fortner, he broke his foot, and he has been laid up for some time now. And he works for Coca-Cola, so anybody who's worked for that company knows what it takes to hang there. And he's been there for quite some time. So this is a serious blow to him and his family and everything that he's going through. So my dad needs some extra love today on Father's Day. So yours truly is going to call him on the tail end of the show at 10 a.m. So, fun stuff. Siobhan, so, you want to end sexual harassment?
Well, of course, but is it really possible?
Landmark study finds that ousting bad men isn't enough.
Well, clearly.
We're going to talk about that coming up. I got something right here for you guys, man. So, I like a little bit of hip-hop. I like a little bit of country. I like a little bit of rock, a little bit of metal, a little bit of this, a little of that. But I really like this new song right here from Avatar Gang. We're going to check this out right here. And if you know what you want, let me know. We'll be right back.
Girl, you know what you wanna go get freaky. You the one that they want, no panties up on, that's cheeky. Girl, you know what you wanna go get nasty. You the one that they want, no panties up on, that's cheeky.
think chastised by your thighs as eyes laser pawns, eyes we fly. And you know this, lays the road to root, wanna stay kaput, catapult, fathom a thought, needs that itch so can play, yo, hey Mr. DJ, she said in layman's terms, need no leeway, shiver me timbers, can tell you limber by the way you cut the rug, what your other does, demonstrating how you gyrating, showing love to the beat. You bringing out the creep, look at my big teeth. Back to back, empty the whole pack, cause Sydney Moncriefin'. Chief with the homie chief, move how you wanna want me. Dawn and Taz expiring in Italia, savor the flavor, nice stew. Through a bone, a clue, and a brew. Now you know it, what you wanna do. Girl, you know what you wanna go get freaky. You the one that they want, no panties up on that's cheeky. Girl, you know what you wanna go get nasty. You the one that they want, no panties up on that's cheeky. Spin how the homie spins, move how you does, and them damn near painted ons. Looking for later on, so linger on. And find a common link, time to think long, think wrong. Just take a house to South Beach like LeBron. Carry on and gallivant, heavy pants, slide of water, no cramps, can't speak for you. But your touchy feely is like you feeling me, don't wanna assume. Not a renter, donkey head dude. Like a presumed fact, presume your stack. How you partly coming out of that? Take a mental pic for selfie, put a throwback, put it on, come back. Freak, how the homies freak, move how you like to teach. Got my pupils like after school, front center row C. This wasn't on the syllabus. You wanna take advantage, left a passage things right. Space evading like a char eye. Girl, you know what you wanna go get freaky. You the one that they want, no panties up on that's cheeky. Girl, you know what you wanna go get nasty. You the one that they want, no panties up on that's cheeky. Girl, you know what you wanna go get freaky. You the one that they want, no panties up on that's cheeky. Girl, you know what you wanna go get nasty. You the one that they want, no panties up on that's cheeky.
Yeah. Cheeky. I love that song, man. You know, it's not quite Marvin Gaye, but I feel like if you got a good rhythm going, you can keep it going. What are you doing, Siobhan?
I'm writing down a phone number for you because we're gonna give a special call today later.
Oh, yay. Fun. All right, so coming up, man, I wanted to ask you guys, man, you know, I ask Siobhan all the time. I pick on her about sexual harassment. I think maybe even sexual harassment might even happen in the office, but I think it's just fun stuff. Like, I think it's...
See, this is... Okay, so this is
Clarify. From a female... It sounds better coming from you.
For me, this is... Here, take the number.
Take the number.
So for me, sexual harassment is person to person. Like, throughout my career and throughout my life, I've had many people make comments and say things and even do things that most women would probably consider sexual harassment. I, however, have a thick skin. So it takes a lot for me to feel like you're not just being a pig. Basically. And, you know, I grew up, my dad is a firefighter, and my aunt is a retired Columbus police officer. So I grew up in a world where, like, you know, I heard things I maybe shouldn't have heard at the age I heard them. So it kind of desensitized me to things a little bit, I feel like. And so I've really never felt like I was sexually harassed, except for one time. And I was working at Advance Auto at the time.
Wow, way to name drop.
Oh, I don't care. that store's closed and that guy got fired. So actually, I'm the reason he got fired. Part of it. But yeah.
Get him.
you know, and I haven't worked there in so long. It's not like they're going to hire me back. They have a no rehire policy anyway. So
As do many.
Yeah, as do many, which is crap because the whole reason I'm not there anymore is because of this crap. So it wasn't like I quit. I just didn't have a choice. But it was a truck day, and I had a box cutter in my back pocket. And, you know, they make you wear black Dickies or whatever, you know, black jeans. And the particular pair I had on that day was a little tighter than the other pair I would wear. And so I had the box cutter in my pocket, and he actually grabbed at the box cutter, and so like basically grabbed my ass in the process. And I actually was like, oh, well, he was just, you know, saying, hey, you know, you got that in your pocket, because he's like, hey, you got a box cutter in your pocket. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm breaking down boxes. And another guy that I worked with, my good friend Aaron, looks at me after he walks away and goes, did he really just do that? You know that he makes comments to the other chick, and I can't remember her name for the life of me, but he apparently used to make comments to her that were questionable. And so until I heard that, I didn't think anything of it because my tolerance is so much higher than others.
Dude,
and,
look, I don't...
And as a lot of people know, I used to work at Columbus Gold. I was a dancer. And so because of that, I feel like my mindset is a little different too. And my limitations are a little further than most. And so it wasn't until he brought to my attention that this was not the first time he had done something like this and that he would make comments to her as well, that I was like, okay, so that's not okay and I need to say something. So I did, and he ended up getting fired. They transferred me to another store for a week while they dealt with the issue, and then they had me go back to my store, and he was gone. So
wow,
that's my experience with sexual harassment.
Look, my biggest thing, and I'm just gonna put it out there, dude. Like, okay, so you know, we joke a lot on the show. We joke about a lot of crap, okay?
Right.
But the bottom line is, you know, no disrespect of any woman is tolerable. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter. I don't feel like there is any course in any there's only a few instances. Like, if you're gonna come at me like a man and try to knock me out like a man, then I have to defend myself like a man, kind of situation. But there's nowhere ever that you are going to reach out, harm, disrespect. I don't know, man. I look at every woman like my mother. Like, in my father used to tell me, and this is where Father's Day, this is where that really comes in, especially 2018. My father always told me, listen, you might not respect your mother, but you need to find a woman that's the closest thing to the one thing you respect the most in your life, and you need to never disrespect that. Never take it to that line. Never. Take a walk. Walk the block. Do whatever. Go take a cold shower. Do whatever you need to do. Nothing warrants being sexually harassed or drawn past that line. No means no, and keep it moving. You know, and it doesn't mean buy her another drink until she can't say anything.
Right.
You know, I think, you know, when we talk about sexual harassment, you know, a lot of dudes just kind of go, oh, you know, but at the end of the day, man, it's serious, dude. And I'll be honest, like, as far as my company and my staff goes, if I ever hear somebody disrespect one of the girls that works for us in an event or public, like, I feel sorry for that person, flat out. Like, I feel sorry for that person. Because you don't have to just deal with me. It ain't about dealing with me. It's about dealing with that venue and all the people in it and everything else around it. Because none of the people that I associate myself with tolerate that kind of bullshit. And there's no way that I would expect any of the females that come and hang out at our shows to feel like they couldn't come and hang out at our shows. You know, I would be very, very upset if I found out that was going on at some shows, you know what I mean, and people were being disrespected like that.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think that, you know, just as much as some of the, just as much as ousting the bad men, you know, they're right. Just ousting them isn't enough. You know, when sexual harassment happens, it's easy and not wrong to blame individual perpetrators, i.e. the bad men. And over the past couple of years, lots of men have been fired, demoted, arrested, and publicly shamed for various acts of sexual misconduct. But a major study from National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine outlines a more comprehensive way of looking at sexual harassment within organizations and identifies the strongest predictor of such behavior. Surprisingly, it has little to do with the individual perpetrator. The study finds that the strongest, most potent predictor of sexual harassment is essentially the culture of the company. It's excuse me, I almost like coughed and sneezed and everything all at the same time. Essentially, the culture of the company, what the researchers call organizational climate. If employees believe that their organization takes harassment seriously, then harassment is less likely to happen, according to 311-page report. So it was released on Tuesday, and, you know, that faith and fair treatment acts as a deterrent against bad actors and encourages workers to speak up about harassment. Key to keeping bad behavior at bay. It's not about rooting out the bad apples. We need to focus on the whole barrel. Lilia Cortina, a professional psychologist for women's studies at the University of Michigan, that state up north, and one of 21 experts who authored the report. When organizers really cultivate a climate that makes it clear it will not tolerate sexual harassment, employees are less likely to engage in sexual harassment, she said. The belief that the company will fairly handle harassment even trickles down to would-be perpetrators who become less likely to actually harass anyone if they understand that there are real consequences for bad behavior, added Cortina. And furthermore, you know, sexual harassment has been looked over, researched for the last 25 years by Cortina. And for the study, which began more than 2 years ago, just in this case, a committee of scientists, engineers, doctors, and experts in sexual harassment, law, and psychology reviewed research published over the last 20 years in peer-reviewed journals. They also commissioned a survey of women in science, engineering, and medicine who answered questions about their experiences in the fields they're in. And additionally, they conducted an analysis of student and faculty survey data that had 2 large state university systems. So, I don't know. This breaks it down for you. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to touch base with everybody, man, and share that story with you. That's a changing story. And I think it's something that's going to be Photo Nation AP. Dave, well, you do have a great butt. Well, you know, that leads me back to one situation, Siobhan. And I don't know if you want to name drop the situation, but we were at Muddy Creek. We were at a venue. I don't have a problem mentioning the venue. But the company that we were in, you might not want to mention. But, you know, they didn't meet you. That was the first time they'd ever met you.
Oh, I don't care. It was Roy and Monty. And specifically Monty. Being a horn dog.
You want to...
Yeah, specifically Monty being a horn dog. So, yeah, basically he'd never actually met me in person, and that was before people started to put 2 and 2 together to realize that we actually are married outside of the show. And so his reaction was priceless because he basically was like, oh, yeah, you know, and I didn't actually hear the conversation like you told me about it afterwards.
I did.
You know, because it was a conversation between you two.
It's the wrong person you want to say that shit to. That's all I'm saying.
Something along the lines of, man, Siobhan's really hot and that ass or something like that. And you were very quick to go, and that's my wife.
Oh, yeah. Like, I have no qualms about it. I have no problem being professional, you know, because you are attractive and you know, and you are, you know, you are beautiful and you do carry yourself well. You know, it's not about what the woman wears, it's about how she carries herself. You know, that's what makes...
Yeah, and that's, you know, on that note, you don't have to dress like a slut to look good.
That's kind of why I said what I said. But thank you, Siobhan. Thank you.
I don't care. I'll say it.
No, I know.
Like, there's a difference between looking like a cheap whore and looking like someone who carries themselves with some class.
Rawr,
And
Siobhan.
running around in a bralette falls under cheap whore, just saying.
Get him, Siobhan.
I don't understand it. I'm sorry. I just don't understand it. I don't understand this bras as shirt thing.
Like, yeah, so...
What the hell? And especially if you're part of the itty bitty titty committee. Like, come on. Nobody wants to see that. Put them away.
That's my co-host right there.
Hey, I don't care. Like, I'm bisexual, so, you know, I've had girlfriends in the past. I know all about it. Like, I can say that kind of thing.
I got something for you right here. This one's from Tiger Sex right here. This is Can't Take It.
Lay it out, obsess on what needs fixing. Wait it out, the lines are always shrinking. Lay it down, let it die unfinished. Rule out any doubt in your ambition. Don't settle now when you could be setting out. Don't go down unfinished. Lay me out, obsess on what I'm thinking. Make me down, rule out any reason to lie down, die unfinished. Rule out certain death to my resistance. I'm setting out, set to settle now. I won't go out unfinished. Won't go out unfinished. Let me out to feel my heart sinking. Let me
She's not gonna answer.
I was
now.
gonna say you might have to call her again. She
You
might
have reached
not
the
answer because
voicemail
it's not a
box
number she
of
knows.
614.
Brutal.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm telling her answer her damn phone.
Be like it's an emergency. Somebody be like Mazikeen fell.
I just told her to answer her damn phone. Go ahead and call her back.
You suck.
Why? It's a number I don't know. I won't answer.
I told you. I told you that's what it was. So I just wanted to hear on the show today, everyone, this is my mom, Cam, and it is her 60th birthday. She is officially over the hill. I love you, Mama.
Believe me.
So you just told four
Thank you.
you just told 4 countries and 200,000 people it's your mom's 60th birthday.
No, I just wanted to get on here, Mama, and tell you happy birthday since I have the power to do that. And I figured while you're on, I will read you your birthday horoscope. So happy birthday,
Thank you.
and here is your horoscope for the day.
Thank you.
A Mars-Mercury link on your birthday warns that your sharp tongue could get you in a lot of trouble this year. So watch what you say and who you say it to. Keep your more negative thoughts to yourself. On the outside, smile and be positive.
That's funny.
That's too... I didn't even read it before I read it just now, so that is so perfect. If anybody
it is.
listening knows my mom, they know how ironically perfect that is.
That's funny.
To a T, it fits.
Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday, Mama. I love you, and I
Thank
hope you
you.
enjoy your day.
Love you guys too.
All right. Bye, Mom.
She's so going to kill me later.
You know how you say you're gonna like dick punch me all the time. You're gonna get a pee punch.
Oh, no. One thing my mom always told us growing up is, I brought you into this world, I'll take you out of it.
Yeah, buddy. Photo Nation AP. He goes, oh my god, that fits her so well.
I know, right?
So with that introduction, we are doing horoscopes.
So I guess let me go ahead and read the Gemini for all the other Geminis, since it is the month of June. So the sun leaves your birth sign on the 21st, and when it does, you'll have to get serious about your money situation. If you have gone overboard a bit financially in recent weeks, you will need to find ways to balance the books. Well, shit, that almost applies to her, too. I love you, Mom.
She said, well,
Double
shit.
whammy.
She said, well, shit.
Well, because she went and she got herself a nice birthday present this year.
She did.
She got a new car, but she was very smart about it. She traded her old car in. She got a lower APR and all of that, so her interest rate. And so, it was a better decision in the long run for her. But she ended up with a little bit of a nicer car,
Yeah.
too. So,
The Cammobile.
yeah. Now she's just got to get new zombies to put on the window.
Right. Right. That's exactly it. Yeah.
That's how everybody recognizes her around town in the music scene. I've literally had people call me or text me and say, "Hey, I saw your mom today," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, how'd you know it was her?" The zombies on her car windows.
Oh yeah, but you know what? She doesn't have a big
Yeah,
window.
I don't think they'd fit them anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. So, we're going to, we'll knock out the rest of the horoscopes. We'll get some people to get some horoscopes in here.
Let's see here. Dave is Aquarius. If others want to make a big deal... Sorry. If others want... God, okay. Sorry, you guys. I got to be in the dark while I read these, otherwise I can't see them. If others want to make a big thing of your differences while making light of your similarities, that's up to them. But you don't have to play that game. Act as if everyone is on the same side and, for the most part, on the same wavelength.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
Let's see, what else do we have? Anyone else? Don't see anything else yet.
Nobody yet. We're gonna.
All right.
What we can do is we can throw a song in. and
Well,
if
we
you
can
want.
also read the Virgo, which would be the Ant-Man. You thought you were getting out of it. Nice try. So you may need to get tough over the next few days, especially on the work front, where people who have not made anywhere near the same efforts as you will happily take the applause and rewards if you let them. So don't let them.
Oh shit. Okay, you want to talk about why that's important? Mr. Dave Sheets. So, me and you have been conversating over the course of the last week about a lot of things, bro. And you know personally, like, what's going on with me personally. So, he's probably sitting on his shitter laughing.
He's probably
right now.
cracking up laughing right now, yes.
Yeah. So, with the things that you know that are coming up, Siobhan, what do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's great. I think people have no idea how accurate that is, but they're going to soon find out.
So the fun stuff begins on Tuesday, Music Familia. We roll out a price list for everything and finalize the complete LLC and everything that we're going to be hatching. The whole plan comes to a head on Tuesday. And after Tuesday, you either get in where you fit in
or you're shit out of luck.
Or you're shit out of luck. So, Phonation AP says, I'm working. So, Aquarius.
I did.
You did Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
All right, making sure you got that one. Just want to make sure. Photos coming out of my ears. So, what we'll do, we'll give everybody a chance to get their horoscope in here. That way we can tend to the upcoming music genius that is the Mazikine. You can hear her working on her vocals.
I was going to say, I think I can hear her in the background of the headphones.
Yeah, she's working on her vocals back there. So
I wasn't sure if it was just outside noise or if I actually heard it in my headphones or not.
So for Father's Day, we're going to give you guys a slice of Americana right here. Grapefruit Moon. I love this stuff, man. I love this band. Good stuff right here. Check it out. Nighttime Here.
Been waiting too long, like that whiskey in your hand. But nighttime here ain't for the lonely. You once was a wild card when you had a full hand. And daybreak here ain't for the weary. Now this place ain't home anymore, and nothing else matters down here. Give anything to roll the dice again. And now this place ain't home anymore. All you wanted when you had the chance to go. And now her memory burns in your veins. Your dreams are hers in the river when you need those quiet nights. Well, dreams here ain't for the lonely. And now this place ain't home anymore, and nothing else matters down here. Give anything to roll the dice again. And now this place ain't home anymore. Anymore. You've been waiting too long, like that whiskey in your head.
Mama saw Daddy wearing her dress, but she didn't say the rest of the girls he sees at night. Now she's losing her mind. She's not insane. He drives her crazy. She sets a table as fast as she's able. She sets a table as fast as she's able. Take the kids for a drive. Leave them in fields to die. And when you buy 15 candles, I burn them all on the mantle. I burn the house down. I burn the house to the ground. I'm not insane. You drive me crazy. But I set my table as fast as I'm able. I set my table as fast as I'm I'm not insane. You drive me crazy. But I set my table as fast as I'm able. I set my table as fast as I'm able. I set my table as fast as I'm able. I set my table as fast as I'm
Admiral Contempt. Set my table. I love this little on the way out, you know? Good stuff right there. Admiral Contempt. Set my table. Brand new stuff right here. Sunday Morning Meltdown. Hanging out with you Father's Day weekend. What's going on, Music Familia? So, shout out to all the dads out there, man. All the daddies who aren't dads or stepdads or the step up to the plate dads. All you dads out there, much love to you guys. Hope you're having a great Sunday. I know I am. I'm leaving the show after the show today. I get to go. My wife has a little excursion. I don't know where, what, or how, or what this is going to entail, but I was told that I just need to get in the car and shut up. All right, cool. See you, bye. Let's go. And then after that, I have a awesome opportunity. I'm heading over to Midwest Photo Exchange. I'm looking for some cameras. We're going to be looking for some 2 new cameras, potentially video, obviously video. We're going to be looking at some new video cameras and some new cameras. So, I don't know. We're going to be looking at some new stuff today. And also, Tuesday, we were talking before the show, or a little bit before the break, I should say, not before the show, but before the break, about Tuesday, rolling out the new price list for Music Familia Productions. So we have a number of clients already, Photo Nation AP, obviously, Limitless Video Productions, Lynette's Children's Charity, Lynette's Country Barbecue, and Columbus Events Group as well, just to name a few great local businesses that are established here in the community and that we love and support so much because they love and support us so much. But if you happen to know an artist, a band, or a business that needs promotions or support, and you guys think of a good, I don't know, if you just want to, name drop or share this or let everybody know, hey, you know what, I do know somebody that could take care of you, send them over to musicfamiliaproductions.com, or you can write an email, AntmanVs@musicfamiliaproductions.com if you want to write me, or you can write Siobhan. Siobhan, everybody's like, how do you spell Siobhan? I was like, Siobhan, for all y'all who don't know how to spell it. You guys can write her an email, Siobhan at Siobhan. That's so. Let me work. So Siobhan at musicfamiliaproductions.com. I do it so often that I'm like, you know what I mean? It can get kind of crazy. So anyway, fun stuff today. We're gonna wrap up horoscopes when Siobhan gets back from handling the baby. She brought the baby to the studio. That's fun. That's always fun when the baby's in the studio. We don't get much done, but it's always a fun time. Anyway, so, I've been watching a lot of things, and I don't really keep up in the news, but I keep up in, I call it my news. Like, not everybody follows the same stuff that I follow. I've noticed that as of lately. And how a tiny coffee company is taking on the homelessness crisis. Thomas Noble, he is a starting to become a well-known gentleman in the Heathrow Airport. That's in London. And 3 years ago, after being deported from the U.S., 2 Marines handed him his papers and told him to have a good life. Noble is British by birth, but had been brought up since Fincy in America. After serving a year-long U.S. prison sentence for drug trafficking, he found himself alone in a city he didn't know, with an addiction to pain-killing narcotics after a car crash. And this gentleman was able to take a positive or a negative and turn it into a complete positive. His profound gratitude, a UK-based charity called Prisoners Abroad, helped him find shelter and support and connected him with Change Please, a British startup that trains homeless people as baristas and employs them to run its mobile and permanent coffee outlets and vans. So, that could be something, a benefit. The social enterprise just won $350,000 in the annual Chavez Venture competition to find and fund the world's most comprising startups. It aims to help end homelessness by giving people on the streets or those sleeping in buses, airports, and shelters training, psychological support, housing, and a job that pays enough to live where they are based in. Noble is now off painkillers and is working 5 days a week at Change Please's sister company, Spike and Earl, and on weekends for Change Please in London's Borough Market and Victoria Market, he earns the London living wage of $13.60 an hour, which is 10.20 like euros, I believe is how you pronounce that. And has an apartment, paid time off, and plans for the future. Your vanilla frappuccino from Starbucks is always the same, he says, but with Change Please, you can actually have somebody who appreciates the fact that you stopped in to get some coffee from them that's going to be good, and somebody took time to make it by hand. For me, it's a win-win. So, what do you think, Siobhan?
Well, I only heard part of it because it got in halfway through.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine.
But I've boycotted Starbucks altogether because they're assholes when it comes to enforcing their handicap parking, and you know how strongly I feel on that. So I have not been to Starbucks and paid for anything in almost 2 months now.
Wow.
I got my free one on my birthday because, well, it was free, and absolutely I'm going to take the free one. But yeah, I went to Crimson Cup yesterday, actually, and they're super nice. They're actually quite a bit cheaper, but it's still really good coffee.
Until yesterday.
Like, I really, and I don't get any fancy drinks anymore because, well, I just don't. Well, truthfully, my teeth can't take it, but also I just don't need that kind of sugar in my life anymore. I'm 30 years old already.
Watching the girlish figure.
It's called I'm 30 and I have to pay attention to that now. That's the age where in my family you really have to start paying attention to those things. At least as a female, and having kids.
Right.
But yeah.
So you want to? Did you want to wrap up horoscopes?
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see
I know you didn't
anybody else put anything in.
Yeah, so I'll give him a second chance. I never do that, by the way.
Well,
ever.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna throw out a couple of people who I know what their birthday is, and we'll just do it that way.
Sounds good.
So let's see here. My sister and my oldest nephew, her oldest son, are both... Oh, actually, they're both Virgos as well. So they already heard theirs. So never mind on that one. Next would be my younger nephew, Declan. So I'll read his. His is a Capricorn. Do everything by the book this week and don't be tempted to cut corners. That applies to all areas of your life, but especially relationships. Be they personal or professional in nature. Think of those you interact with as partners, not rivals.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Let's see here. I believe, if I remember correctly, Marilyn, your sister, is Aries. Is that right?
Yeah.
So get out and about over the next few days. The more new people you meet, the more new friends you will make. Not only will you have fun, but the context will make you be useful on a professional level too. Business and pleasure can always be mixed.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't actually agree with that.
Why not?
I don't have good experience with like trying to befriend people I work with outside of work. Like, there was always something that happened.
People suck.
Drama of some sort. And then you have to deal with it at work. Like,
yeah.
There is a very strict rule for me of I don't mix business and pleasure. Like, I actually, when I worked at Kroger, I had a guy that was transferring to another store ask me out. And I was like, look, I don't care if you're being transferred to another state. You still work for the same company, and it's not happening. I was like, when you no longer work for Kroger, hit me up. Guess what? That motherfucker hit me up when he didn't work for Kroger anymore.
Well, that's funny.
I felt bad, so I gave him a pity date.
You would.
I'm that kind of person. I'm nice. Like, I was like, no, you know what? It's cool. I told you to, and you did, so all right, I'll go out with you one time. He's a nice kid. We were very different people. So
He's a nice kid. That a boy. That's what that is. You know, that's the female equivalent of "atta boy." Smack on the ass cheek. Yeah, there you go.
We just, I mean, like,
What's going on, Mike Millie? How's it going, man? Mr. Mike. What's going on, Tammy Anders? Drop your horoscopes in, Mr. Dave Linky. Give me your birth date, son. Yeah.
Well, I guess while we're waiting for that, I just have to read this because this is like insane. So a grandma strangled a rabid bobcat with her bare hands.
Yes.
Go, grandma, go.
Yes.
So a rabid bobcat was no match for this Georgia granny. Dee Dee Phillips strangled a crazed cat that pounced on her as she was working in the front yard of her home in rural Hart County, about an hour north of Athens. I took it straight to the ground and started inching my hands up to its throat, the 46-year-old told the Athens Barber Herald. Then she squeezed. Once I got him where he wasn't moving, I started screaming for my daughter-in-law to call 911, she said. Phillips suffered a broken finger and numerous bite and claw wounds to her hands, arms, chest, and legs. She also started a round of rabies shots after learning the cat was rabid. The daughter-in-law of a bobcat trapper, Phillips knew she was dealing with a vicious animal and needed to act fast. They go for your jugular. When they can get the vein, you're dead in a couple of minutes, she said, noting she was careful not to yell until the cat was subdued because she didn't want her 5-year-old granddaughter to come outside. Phillips refused to release the beast until her son showed up and stabbed the animal 4 or 5 times. It never budged, so I knew it was completely dead, she said. Ironically, she had just applied a woman who behave rarely make history bump I didn't read the full. I have like 3 of those that I got on a trip that I took once, and those are one of my favorite sayings, that women who behave rarely make history, so that's great.
That's great.
So ironically, she had just applied the bumper sticker to her truck and was preparing to snap a photo for her husband when the brazen bobcat wandered into her yard. My neighbor's dog was barking and it drew my attention, Phillips told the paper. The attack happened in a flash. She snapped a photo of the cat and it took 2 steps and was on top of me. It came for my face. Excuse me. Phillips' cousin set up a Fundly.com account to raise money for her medical expenses. She's already collected $24,200 as of Saturday afternoon. Wow. And that's from 7:45 p.m. last night.
Jeez. You know, have you seen that? Have you seen that Chevy commercial where everybody talks about their trucks, and there's the one grandma that you can tell is a grandma. She's got no smile in the Chevy commercial, and she talks about the dent and it adds another story. It's just another story to the truck.
Yep.
Okay, she looks mean like that grandma right there. Like, snatch somebody up and be like, boy, let me tell you what. That's crazy. Like, I would have, like... Get that grandma an award, man.
I know, right? Like, holy crap. And you know, and like the article says, she is the daughter-in-law of a bobcat trapper. So she kind of, you know, had some idea and you know, whatnot of what to do, but nonetheless, like, yeah. Holy shit, Granny, go.
So I got something a little different than I normally do for you. So I got some comedic stand-up. Somebody submitted some comedic stand-up. And this is about 2 minutes, and this is entitled Disaster. And I'm going to check this out. I've never done this before on the show, but I heard part of it, and I started laughing. I think I'd share it with you guys, see what you guys think. So we'll check this out. Like I said, it's only about 2 minutes, 25 seconds or so. And when we come back, we'll have some... You want to do love news, Siobhan?
Yeah, we can.
Yay! I'm excited. All right, let's talk about some disaster. We'll be right back. This is my man, Simon Dowd.
That's great.
Good stuff right there. My man Simon Dowd right there. Disaster. So,
It's nice to see.
he's not done. He's got more to say.
Oh, wow.
No, so that's my man Simon Dowd. He submitted some of this stuff to me, and he's a comedic writer. You could tell by the guitar and some of the stuff in there. So I thought I'd share that with you guys, man. That's quite interesting. I saw you cracking up over there, Siobhan.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Yeah, definitely different, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So what do you got planned for the day?
Well...
I'm gonna try and trip you up and see what you got going on for your husband.
Apparently going to get caffeine.
Yay! Are we going to Crimson Cup?
Yeah, probably, because the energy shots are just too expensive otherwise. Like, so I buy the red lines, and that's what I drink now instead of Starbucks. And you know, they are actually a lot cheaper than getting coffee, and I feel like I don't get that crash that I get with coffee. And anybody who drinks coffee probably knows what I'm talking about. Like, you drink it and you're good for several hours, but then all of a sudden, like, the caffeine starts to wear off and you just kind of crash,
right?
And you feel really tired and sluggish. And the red lines, I don't get that. So I've been ordering them from Amazon, and they come in like 24-pack or whatever, and me and my husband split them.
You are an Amazon.
I'm the Amazon queen. I am the Amazon queen.
I
like,
love
I
you,
swear
but
to God, they
man.
should just give me a free account, and I will promote the shit out of them. Really, really, like, really. I don't. If I could, I would buy everything from Amazon.
If I could, I would.
And anything and everything I can, I do.
That's great.
Except for groceries. Like, groceries are the one thing that I still... Although, I have used the Prime Now a few times.
Hey, so I want to give a huge shout-out, Siobhan, at this time. I want to give a huge shout-out to my man, John F. Gordon. All right? And the boys from Sinister Garden. They are having band practice on Father's Day. And then they're coming over to my pad to help me knock out some things I need to do at the house. Isn't that's freaking awesome? Yeah,
like that is what Music Familia is all about.
I want to also, you know, we talk about Music Familia, we talk about how tight the community is, we talk about everybody, and we support a lot of people, man, and we support everybody the hard workers, the independent blue collar people out there, and we love you guys, the artists, musicians, the promoters, the people who spend the long hours, long nights, long days, where, you know, the darkest deeps of the music industry depths. You know what I'm talking about. And so these guys are coming out today to help us repair some fencing and some other stuff, man. So we're going to get some food and some drinkage and some beer, maybe. And we're going to have a good little... Maybe we'll grill out.
I think to do that, we're going to need more charcoal.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's going to be fun. But I want to give a huge shout-out to everybody that helped us knock out all the things that we needed to do. Larry from Lunette's Country Barbecue, Larry, James, Jay Coughlin, shout out to you, sir, for waking up, getting a phone call, working your ass off day and night, man, not only as a blue-collar guy, but as a musician, as an artist, as a manager and stuff like that. So thank you for coming out and helping us knock some of that stuff out. Our neighbors, Tom and Sarah, who put up with us relentlessly. Love you guys. I know not too many people in the 4 countries that listen to our show are gonna be like, who are these people?
Speaking of, happy Father's Day, Tom.
Yes.
Like, you and I go way back.
Like Cadillac seats.
I remember when your little girl was little. So yeah, happy Father's Day.
I want to give a huge shout out to. I want to give a huge shout out to John F. Gordon and Mammy Hodge, Melissa Keithley. I want to give a huge shout out to Erica M. Linoff, Bethany Douglas, James J., Michael Elliott, Richard E. Rowland, Ryan Green, Rock On Brother, much love to you, sir. Tammy Anders, Mike Milley, David Linky, Jeff Powers, Your Mama, Anthony Green, Your Mama as in Your Mama Cam, and Lisa Burke. Everybody who chimed in this morning on the Music Familia Facebook page, thank you guys, we love you. So if you guys know a local business, if you guys are a local business, we're dropping the pricing list on Tuesday. I'm excited about this, Siobhan. New things are going to happen for us. And Ant-Man might be traveling to an EDM concert. I don't want to talk about my eggs before they hatch.
I was going to say,
but I put in a request to go down to a 3-day, 38-band EDM festival. It sounds kind of extravagant.
A little bit.
It sounds kind of extravagant. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to a local radio station, T100. I love you guys, and WCLT, and hopefully have an opportunity. I sent my interview, my resume, and a demo, and an interview. I did an interview with Ryan Upchurch. I sent that over there. Hopefully they liked that. And then they asked for a demo, and I was like, man, I don't want to just... So when they ask for a demo, you cut a demo, and it's, just you record it. You've seen me, Siobhan. It's quite tedious. But it can be boring because you can tell it's scripted, We were talking about scripted and stuff yesterday, me and Siobhan were, and she brought up a good point. You can always tell when somebody scripts something. It's no fun that way. And I believe what we were watching, what was it, Ghost Adventures?
Yeah,
or Ghost Hunters?
We were watching Ghost Adventures.
Yeah. And you had said something about the reactions are planned.
Yeah, it just, as someone who has been around that kind of activity, I mean, some of their reactions seem legitimate, but a lot of them just seem very Hollywoodized.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, did you hear that?
I'm not saying that the voices and stuff don't happen, but I'm saying like they happen and then they hit record probably.
Yeah, it's very... And some of the equipment, it is impossible to give a false, whatever.
Yeah.
But, some of those, like the recorders and things, you could possibly fake that if you knew what you were doing. So I don't know. It's hard for me to say for sure, whether it's real or whether it's not. I've tried to look into it and I've never actually found anything. Like, they're very good about hiding it if it is. So
there's a group here in Columbus, the Columbus RIP. We are part of the group on Facebook.
We are.
Give me 1 second here. I want to see if I can find them. But there we go. Columbus Researchers and Investigators of the Paranormal. There's 24 members of this group, and the page itself has 212 likes because it's an up-and-coming situation. And these guys, man, these guys go out of their way to find trouble. I mean, that's the only way for me to describe it. I'm Italian and Irish, and it scares me to think about some of the stuff that happens. You know what I mean? Like the thought that I don't know, like you're Wiccan, Siobhan. So I mean, it makes me nervous to think, like something could like possess my body or my soul or something.
It's there's a reason that I personally don't go on ghost hunts on a regular basis.
She's like on a regular basis.
So I'm somewhat hypersensitive, so I just walking around on a daily basis will sometimes get feelings and sensations, and like I don't say anything to my husband because he's still unsure and kind of like iffy about things. I'm slowly bringing him over into the belief section.
I love how you pronounce like I'm slowly come with
join
me.
us. We have cake, and you can eat it too.
We all float down here.
So yeah, I am very careful about things like that, and if I go and do something of that nature, I prepare differently than what most people probably do because I have to protect myself because I am so open.
Right.
I have actually experienced a not full-on possession, but I have experienced some form of possession. I forget the exact terminology.
Does your head
for
spin
it.
around and shit?
No,
Oh.
but
Did you project like green vomit and stuff?
No.
Oh. Well, what happened?
so similar to like when we were watching the show last night, when he was saying, you don't have permission to be inside of me, I command you to leave. So where was I? I was somewhere where there's like a, ghost story tied to it, whatever. I was younger, didn't have as much knowledge as I have now. And I couldn't move. Like the things that I was doing were not by choice. I couldn't move my arm the way I wanted to. I felt like something was resisting everything I tried to do.
Well, that's not right.
So, so basically I felt like I was just frozen in one spot. Like I couldn't move. And every time I tried it, it was almost painful to try to move. So after that experience, I'm much more careful now. We'll put it that way. That was enough for me to realize that I need to be more cautious and careful about the things that I do because I am so open and so accepting and receptive. So, and I've been that way since I was a kid.
Wow.
My sister has a little bit of ability herself, and although we've never talked about it, I wouldn't be surprised if my oldest sister, Kate, also does.
So, the thing about it, like, I wanna make clear, the thing about it is that some people I've read oftentimes have feelings that they play off, like they don't even, like they just ignore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the reality is that that's that feeling, or that's that thing telling you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I guess I don't know. People are gonna think I'm nuts. I'll end up not getting a good radio job because I'll sound like I'm crazy because I'm like, yeah, I see stuff. Yeah, But I mean, like my biggest thing is that phonation. Oh my God, perfect aunt.
Right.
I mean, my biggest thing is that it's just some people happen to have things, and you get feelings like when my daughter was being born, like I got certain feelings, like it was weird, like I just and when she was laying in the box, there's a particular photo that I have of me and her, the first time I ever got to touch her, like skin to skin, just feel her pulse through her little beating hand. And there's a moment where when our fingers touch, her eye opened, and I feel this something, like, and I never really told my wife about it. I never talk about it. I never tell other dads about it, because I don't want somebody to be like, oh, that's crazy. Like you need to get looked at, like, but I mean, reality, like, and I've had dreams, like when I was in second grade, I had a dream that my second grade teacher was going to be taken away in an ambulance. It was weird. Like I just had a dream that there was an ambulance at my school, whatever. The next day, it's kind of like a deja vu kind of thing my wife tells me all the time. And the next day, there's an ambulance out front of my school, no joke, and my second grade teacher was allergic to, believe it or not, hot dogs, and she had an allergic reaction to the lunch meat, the lunch food, because the lunch lady had cut up hot dogs and put them in the baked beans. So that was the closest thing to those feelings that I've ever had, and it really rocked me. Like I was like, whoa, deja vu, something crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called, but it's absolutely totally different than anything I've ever experienced. But good morning, Mr. Michael Miller. What's up, buddy? And Mr. Jerry Fortner, good morning, Dad. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. I love you so much, man. Thank you for all the support. Oh, she's on the microphone. She just got like...
Hey, pulling my hair.
There she is. Mr. John F. Gordon says, catch you later, my friend. Gotta head to band
Yes.
practice. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Mr. John Gordon.
Say hi to everybody.
You say hi? You gonna say hi?
I'm gonna lick the mic.
Good morning, Mazikeen Audrey. And good morning, Siobhan.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't want to eat the mic.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to a commercial here. We're going to get situated. When we come back, it's 9:48. We got douchebag criminals for you. You guys are going to love today's douchebag criminals, man, because they truly are douchebags. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the douchebag criminals. We're going to talk about Tuesday coming up, what we got going on Tuesday. We're going to release a little bit more information. We're going to talk about how you guys can get involved if you guys want to sponsor or be a part of the podcast or anything Music for Me Productions has got going on. You guys can write emails. We'll get the emails and all the information out to you. But right now, I'm going to slide over into my... I don't know what kind of side I want to go into. You know what? I do. I want to go into my punk side. We're going to check out Yesterday Kids. This is one of my awesome new bands. I really love these guys. And if you haven't had a chance to check them out, definitely check them out. They're going to be at ComFest on Sunday, June 24th. Make sure you guys check them out right here. And this song is called Friends from my boys, Yesterday Kids. Don't cut me off. What's going on, Siobhan?
Not too much. What's up?
Not Father's Day weekend. That was yesterday, kids, with friends. Good stuff right there. I'm going to give a huge shout out to all my sponsors, man. Photo Nation AP, Lynette's Country Barbecue, Columbus Events Group, Limitless Video Productions. My man, Photo Nation AP, my man David Sheets, man. If you want to contact a great photographer, a great graphic designer, hit him up, man. Hashtag Sunday morning. You can use hashtag SMM or, hashtag MFP. There's only 2 hashtags, so hashtag MFP or hashtag SMM. And you guys can use 5 to 10% off of your first graphic design or photo shoot deal with my man David Sheets. If you got kids, you want to get some photos for the summer. I know we do. We need to get some photos. We need to get family photos like what? So, looks like you got your hands full over there, Siobhan.
Yeah, the closer she gets to walking, the more of a pain in the you-know-what she is.
Yes.
Squirmy, grabby hands, all of it.
So, it's 9:54. And I am getting ready to make the call to my daddy. I'm going to give him a call here. We're going to do Douchebag Criminals at the end of the show. I'm going to get me daddy's phone number up here.
I'm going to take the kid back out to her pen.
Take her back out to her cell. So how's everybody's morning going? Everybody waking up good this morning? I'm trying just to see, Let's see here. I am getting the phone number here to Mom's house. Let's see, Dave Sheets. He's super busy and works with clients on a referral basis only. So make sure if you want to get with Mr. David Sheets, you have to go through Facebook because he doesn't have the Photo Nation AP page set up correctly. I love getting messages during the show, from clients because they'll message you and be like, hey, can you mention this? I love you guys. Thank you for reaching out, man. Yes, I can mention this. So, he's absolutely busy with the season, so he just got swamped with a new list of photos and stuff like that, so make sure you reach out to him directly on Facebook. You can use hashtag MFP to get her done, and he'll respond promptly. He responds to everybody. So, you didn't have to do it today, fucker. He's getting all mad at me. That's the power of radio, baby. When you run your own show, you can reach out and support people like that. That's what we're trying to do here. I can't find my mom and dad's phone number. The house number. I have the cell phone number, but I don't have the house number. I feel like a really bad kid. I don't know, Siobhan. Like, I'm going through everything and I don't see it. Like, and this is bad on my part because I'm normally so prepared. Like, here we go. Let me see. Never mind. I got it. Here we go. 614. I can't get the number out. 0502. Here we go. Bam.
Answered. Hello.
Hi, sis.
Hi, Anthony.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good morning.
Hi, sis.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Is Dad there?
Yes, he is right here.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning, Dad.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. I miss you, and I just wanted to call you and wish you a happy Father's Day live on the show this morning because I haven't had a chance to give you a hug and a kiss.
Oh, okay. Well, happy Father's Day to you too, and thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
How's I hope you're healing well, and I want to try to get out there and see you soon.
Yeah, it's healing. I still got about 6 more weeks to wear that boot.
Well, if you need anything, Dad, you call me, and I will be over there, I promise. And I'm going to come see you. I don't know what you and Mom had planned for today. I'm sure you guys had dinner planned. But I will touch base with you after the show. But I just wanted to call you and tell you that I love you, and I was thinking about you and wish you a happy Father's Day.
All right, man. Love you too. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.
He was not happy that I called him on the morning show.
No.
But I love my dad so much that I had to do that because, you know, I don't get a chance to see him, you know.
Right.
And I want him to know that he's always on my mind and all the time. And so, all right. Well, anyway, so it is 9:59. We're going to do this. Douchebag criminals, man. Siobhan, you're not going to really like our douchebag criminals today.
Oh, boy.
I have a feeling. So, our first douchebag criminal right here. SC man wanted white supremacist to kill black neighbor. He burned cross in his yard, FBI said. South Carolina man tried to hire a white supremacist to kill his black neighbor, hang him in a tree, and install a flaming cross in his front yard. Brandon Corey LaCroix, 25 of Hodges, South Carolina, was indicted by a federal grand jury on 1 count of solicitation to commit a crime of violence and 1 count of using interstate commerce facilities in the commission of murder for hire. The U.S. Attorney's Office of South Carolina announced Tuesday, and the FBI agent reported in March that LaCroix had contacted a white supremacist organization to seek assistance in the murder of his African-American neighbor. All over some lawn hedges.
Wow.
$500, and he's a ghost, LaCroix told the undercover FBI agent in one of the recorded calls, in which he also requested his neighbor be hung from a tree and a flaming cross installed in his front yard. Yeah. So, there's that one. I'm going to go ahead and post this story in there real quick so you guys can check that out for yourselves. The next douchebag criminal is this lovely character. What happened here is the unarmed man says that after the Arizona cops laughed at him, they beat the living crap out of him. I posted up about this story. You'll recognize the photo from last week's Thursdays, but more has come out since they got the cameras from the officers. An unarmed man who was punched repeatedly by Mesa, Arizona police on body cam footage said officers laughed at him while they brutalized him so badly that he required hospital treatment. Jose Luis Conde, 23, on Thursday, described how cops assaulted him after a car in which he was a passenger was pulled over. And I was tased, I was punched over multiple times, I was gouged in the eyes, and I was hit in the back of the head with a massive police flashlight. And it goes on to cover more in the report. But it's become such a situation that attorneys and a bunch of other people have gotten involved with this, state authorities. The video shows an officer repeatedly punching outside the vehicle after someone says, F you. After Condon is hit with several blows, someone tells him to eat shit. Later, as cops restrain Condon, he screams, I can't breathe. An officer tells him to quit fighting and to shut his mouth. The second body cam video appears to be taken at the hospital, showing Condon lying bloodied on the floor, surrounded by a group of cops. Right here, you can hear in the clip, you hear a cop say, "You gotta be a man, man." Says one. "Man up," says another. A police report said that Condon tried to escape during his hospital treatment, and that is why he had to be beaten and subdued so badly. I'm going to post a story in here. You guys can read more about this. Also, these are going to be some trending stories over the next few days, so make sure you guys check these out. These are going to be definitely... Wow. So, The third douchebag criminal to close the show, man. Man fled hospital completely naked. He attacked a homeowner with a hammer. Wow. So, Newburyport, Massachusetts. Police say Massachusetts man fled naked from a hospital, broke into a nearby home, and then which attacked his resident with a hammer. Newburyport police say 26-year-old Robert Gerard of Armsbury fled Thursday night from Anna Jenkins Hospital after removing his IVs and GPS monitoring bracelet. Officers found him after a resident living near the hospital reported a man broke into his home and attacked him and her partner with a hammer. The victim, a 50-year-old man, was treated at the hospital and released Friday. Police didn't disclose his name or the extent of his injuries, but Gerard pleaded not guilty to attempted murder, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, and aggravated battery at his arraignment Friday. He was held without bail and will appear in court for some time next week when they reel in everything else that they're going to charge him with. Craziness, man. Craziness. So there's that story right there. We're going to wrap up douchebag criminals. I want to give a huge shout out right now to Photo Nation AP, my man, my bro, David Sheets, handling all my logos, my Photo Nations, my photos, all that awesome stuff, man. I'm getting excited because it's getting close to Tuesday when we release the pricing list for Music Familia Productions and all the fun stuff. So everybody can get involved. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to share this with everybody. Also, I can't wait to get back on the microphone Tuesday for Ant-Man Versus to share all the fun stuff with you guys Thursday night. Tune in, musicfamiliaproductions.com. So also use hashtag Sunday Morning Meltdown or SMM for 5 to 10% off of your first graphic design deal or photo shoot with my man David Sheets. Contact him directly through Facebook. And the Lance Country Barbecue Columbus Events Group has some great shows. Make sure you find them. Columbus Events Group, LLC. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on their .com. You can find them everywhere. We're going to have some logos and all kinds of new stuff for those guys next week. And I can't wait to go to Midwest Photo Exchange today to check out some new cameras. Yay, cameras. And so, as you can tell, Siobhan is out the door. So I will say goodbye for her. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to have a Father's Day. Yeah! Happy Father's Day, Music Familia. I love each and every one of you guys. Tune in every week. We are, as I hit the wrong button, we are looking for new sponsors, new advertising, new bands, new music, new everything. If you have any questions, you can write an email at frontoffice@music at musicfamiliaproductions.com. All right, so you guys can get that right there. .com. And I got that in there, so you guys can do it right there. So, all right, Music Familia, I love you guys. I'm out the door. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to leave you with this awesome video right here. We'll be right back next Sunday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Watch for a scheduled post. You guys can actually go to musicfamiliaproductions.com and schedule your reminders right after the show. So as soon as the show is over, you guys can go right back over to that .com or refresh your page a few minutes after the show is over and set your reminder immediately for the next show. All right? See you guys